Welcome to the Kansas City Business Show. Our guest today is a guy who has taken thousands, probably more like millions of photographs over his 30 years of experience. He likes photographing live theater and dance. He likes telling a corporate story when he takes photographs with companies and organizations. But his latest photographic endeavor is absolutely the life of the party. Bob Compton joins us from his photography studio in Overland Park, Kansas. Bob, how are you doing today?
I'm great, Melissa. How are you?
I'm so glad to have you with us. You know, you were a corporate guy for many, many years who did photography on the side.
Right.
And then I don't know if you came to your senses or you lost your mind, but you switched it the other way around. And now you're taking photographs full time, have turned this into a fabulous career. Anything about that corporate experience that you think helps you in your world of photography these days?
Yeah, I think absolutely, because having owned several businesses and worked for multi-billion-dollar companies, I think I understand what my clients want. And you know, it's an increasingly visual world, from websites to TV commercials to video. And you know, I know what their challenges are. It's not just pretty pictures of the finished product, but also they have ads and corporate reports and staff photos. So I'm able to collaborate on what it is I think they want, give some input, and rather just taking direction so that I can suggest new ways to use the images that they may not have thought of. So I think that it's an advantage.
I think it is too. I would imagine that would help a lot since you've been there and it wasn't just photography for you for your whole career. What do you think in the world of corporate photography sets you apart from the competition?
I think there's two parts to it. One is that I try to stay cutting edge. You know, a lot of my career was in the technology world, so I try to stay cutting edge and stay ahead of the average person who, right now, everybody has a great camera, from their camera phones to the big DSLRs you see on the soccer fields or in the schools. So you got to stay ahead of the competition. The other thing is, though, that I use my experiences to find an image that defines the experience, whether it's a buying experience or an entertainment experience, whatever it is. I want to help draw the consumer into the scene, because emotion sells regardless of where we are in history, what kind of technology we use. We all still make decisions based on emotion, and that's where I'm trying to set myself apart. Well,
I think it's interesting that you bring that up, because I think the next question that I have for you really falls into that, and that is that in the theater and the dance photographs that you take, which I think is probably a corporate business as well. I mean, the whole idea is that they want to get butts in the seats. They want to fill out the theater, of course. But in those pictures that you take, when I was checking out your website, it was incredible emotion that I noticed, particularly in those theater pictures. How in the world do you do that?
You know, it's a challenge. First of all, you're right. A theater without patrons is pointless. It's just a rehearsal, right? So what's the point of that? So my job is to go to the rehearsals, listen to what the director is telling the cast and the crew, and I have to study the choreography. I have to listen. I have to be there, so I'm as much intertwined with the production as anybody else. It doesn't matter if it's dance at a high school or, you know, high school theater production or a touring Broadway production. I need to know what's going on. So I have to plan out my own choreography. I have to be in the right place at the right time. I have to have multiple cameras set up, because I only get one shot. And many times I have no control over the lighting, the placement, anything. So I have to be ready for anything, but then I have to wait. I know something's coming. I have to be patient and get the right shot. So all those things together make it a real challenge, which I enjoy.
Well, I would imagine I never thought of it that way. You're right. You're doing your own choreography. You're making, and that's got to be time-consuming that you're doing that as well. Well, I noticed as well on your website those incredible dance pictures, because not only are you into capturing emotion, but you're capturing motion, and some of those, they look like they're absolutely dancing in the air, Bob. They're absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, you know, motion photography takes training just like the actual dance does, because, like I said before, you have to know the choreography, but you also have to know yourself. And this applies to sports photography or anything else that's action-oriented. Every camera's got a different delay, and everybody that's taken a picture with their cell phone or with a little point-and-shoot camera knows there's a delay. Well, even the most expensive cameras have a certain timing you have to learn. So you have to know your own timing. You have to practice, practice, practice. Because if a dancer's in the air and their legs are supposed to be horizontal and you catch them right before or after that, it's not a sellable image. So you have to know it. You have to anticipate and wait. So it's a training, hurry up and get there, and then wait for it to happen.
Well, obviously your experience is paying off because you have a very impressive list of theaters that you have been taking pictures for, Bob.
I've been very lucky. Kansas City viewers will recognize Starlight Theater, Casey Rep, City Stage, and of course Kaufman Center is opening up soon. But I also enjoy most of the community theaters and nonprofits and Christian youth theaters and things like that. So yeah, I have been very fortunate to have some big name clients.
Well, I would definitely encourage our viewers to hop on your website to take a look at your photographs because they are absolutely beautiful. They really are. Well, your latest photographic endeavor is actually one that I am so excited about. I just think it's such a smart, cool idea, working with corporations, working with events and conferences. You've taken the green screen that, used to be the big secret in TV. We didn't tell everybody how that thing worked, but the green screen, which everybody knows about now, and you're taking it into these settings. And what a fantastic idea for having the perfect party memento. How does that work? How do you do this?
You're right. It's the life of the party now, as you said, because it's sweeping the nation and there's somebody everywhere is trying to get into this. It's a combination of two technologies because, what's old is new again. With everybody having several hundred photographs in their pocket, in their camera phone or their iPod or some other electronic media, a physical print is a novelty again. So to be able to walk away from something with an instant hard copy of you and a buddy or whatever is kind of a cool thing. So we've got two technologies. One is on-site printing, where we have a bank of high-speed printers and a computer, and instantly we take the picture and print it right out and hand it to them. We combine that with a green screen, which replaces the green screen with some other background. So if I take a picture of someone standing in front of the green screen, I can instantly add a background that's a fantasy background, a Vegas theme if it's an Elvis party, or a golf scene, or whatever, even if the weather's bad. And we can do this indoors at corporate events like conventions and trade shows, or we can do it outdoors in a tent. So we do venues all year round, whether it's a football game, soccer game, national convention. And from start to finish, when the customer stands in front of the green screen till the time they walk away with their photos, about 40 seconds. So it's really a cool technology that's right on the cutting edge right now and sweeping the nation.
That is a cool technology. So the backgrounds that you're talking about that replace the green screen, if you will, is that something that you provide, or does the client have to come up with that? How does that work?
That's the fun part. Anything we can see on the computer, we can make a background of. So it could be a Vegas strip. It could be a fantasy background, some kind of a drawing, or it could be a logo. We just did one for a local theater that was having a fundraiser, and the theme of the party was a Kentucky Derby. So I found a public image of the Churchill Downs, and everyone was able to take their picture and have a picture showing that they were at Churchill Downs for a Kentucky Derby party. So it can be anything that's available. Obviously we have to deal with copyrights and trademarks and all that, but the limit is just whatever you can see.
So all the ladies needed was a great big hat to wear
there
to
you
the
go.
race that day.
We did that too. We have
Did you really? Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, how fun. Well, if anybody has gone this far into watching this video, then they get it, I'm sure by now, to know that you are an experienced photographer, that you are a great, genuine guy, you're a husband, you're a father, but you're also a community man. And I think for some of us who spend our money and we have lots of choices, that can be a really important piece to our choice. And I found it impressive that you've done work with the Dream Factory and you've done work with the City Union Mission and really some other organizations like that. Why is that important to you, Bob?
We're all just a few unfortunate events away from needing those organizations in our lives. And the sooner we recognize that there's very little that separates us, the sooner it is to understand how you have to use the gifts and talents you've been given. Everyone watching has got some kind of talent for something or has been gifted in some way. And I'm going to challenge everyone, take your family, take your kids, show them what it's like to give back and what the other side of the fence is like, because you never know when it's going to be you. So any opportunity I have to do a nonprofit or a charity or some kind of a thing that's going to make a difference in someone's lives, yeah, you bet, I'm going to be there. That's how I choose to spend my advertising dollars, if you will. Instead of going out and doing marketing, I'd rather go help someone else. And in the end, it helps everyone, including myself.
So do you miss corporate America at all, Bob?
That would be a big fat no. I love what I'm doing, and I hope I can do it the rest of my life.
Well, Bob Compton, thanks so much for your chat today, and I'm ready for my close-up, mister.
We'll see you soon.
Okay, appreciate it. And you're watching the Kansas City Business Show.